If you're wondering if Donald Trump's COVID diagnosis has affected his polling, well, it's taken a turn for the worse for sure. Now, we all understand where polling led us in 2016, but I think that as of now, it's a very different story. Trump's lead is, or I'm sorry, Biden's lead is widening as we get closer to the election when things tend to narrow in traditional elections. So an ABC News Washington Post national poll released Sunday found Biden leading Trump with likely voters by 12 percentage points, 54% to 42%, with the Libertarian and Green Party candidates together attracting just 3% of likely voters. So this is largely in line with all of the polling averages that we're seeing. A USC poll had Trump down 11, Pew had him down 10, so double digits pretty much across the board. And obviously a CNN poll from last week that got a lot of traction was 16 points. But Biden's in the lead, and doesn't really have to do much about it. So it shows Biden doubling his lead from the last ABC Post poll, which found Biden up 6 percentage points in late September. Biden's also doing well in swing states. A FiveThirtyEight polling average has Biden up 8 points in Michigan, 7.3 points in Pennsylvania, 7.2 points in Wisconsin. Those are all states that Hillary Clinton lost in 2016. She lost Michigan very narrowly by 0.3 percentage points, and the other two by less than 1 percentage point. So Biden being up there is significant in terms of the Electoral College. Biden is also competitive in states where Hillary Clinton lost significantly. So Biden's up by 1 in a FiveThirtyEight polling average in Iowa, which is crazy. And Biden's also up 0.7 in Ohio, which is trending more conservative. Biden also leads Trump by 3 or 4 percentage points in both Arizona and Florida, two additional states Trump won in 2016 that Democrats don't need to win to prevail in the Electoral College, although Arizona is significant for the Senate race. So Biden's not a shoo-in, let's not get complacent. There have been studies that show that Biden needs to win the popular vote by over 4 points for it to be fairly comfortable. But this is encouraging and shows that Trump's COVID diagnosis just exposed his hypocrisy and failure on coronavirus even further, and did not help him with any sympathy points like conspiracy theorists were theorizing.
Well, I'll start with the sympathy points and then going back to Superman points. And they can never really make up their minds. So they cover all bases. He's super weak. Don't say such mean things about him because you're anti-American. Oh, but he's so strong. Did you hear the quick report? I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there because I saw the headline. He had some discussions about wanting to walk out of Walter Reed with a Superman shirt on. I really hope that's fake news.
He should have done it. He should have done it. He should have done it. It would have been amazing.
Just like his on-air diagnosis on the Tucker Carlson show, or at least whatever the hell that was that he was trying to do on air. But this brings up, everyone knows, not even famously, but I say it as much as I can. I hate polls. I hate polls. I hate polls. And that's why I'm glad you brought up the point. It's not necessarily a shoo-in just because he's got this kind of lead. You still have to vote. I mean, saying you're gonna vote and go in a certain way and then doing it are two completely different things. So I just wanna make sure we still stick on that point that, it sounds so great, but there's many factors that'll keep people from wanting to go out and do it. Still go out and do it. Do whatever way you can to make it legitimate and get your vote in there.
Right. I mean, I totally agree with you. I just do think that, look, the polls were wrong along the margins in 2016. And I think you just also look at the dynamics of the race. You and I think, have a pretty good grasp on politics. And it was clear that Trump was running the better campaign in 2016. Biden is running the better campaign by default in 2020, and that's because Trump has messed things up so thoroughly.
Yeah.
The material conditions are just too bad, I think, for him to overcome at this point, but he could make it fraudulent and appeal to the Supreme Court with Amy Coney Barrett on the SCOTUS.
Stay tuned for that.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.